Okay, stop. Don't scroll yet. Because what happened backstage at the iHeartRadio Music Awards was not supposed to be seen and almost nobody caught it. On the surface, yeah, there were 7 awards handed to one person in a single night. There was talk of a future wedding taking over the room. There was even an Olympic gold medalist standing center stage in front of millions. But none of that is why people backstage froze. Because just minutes after stepping off stage, 2 people who were never expected to cross paths that night were seen in a moment that lasted seconds and then it was over. No announcement, no cameras, nothing. And if you blinked, you missed it completely. We've got the full story, every detail leading up to it, what actually happened in that moment, and why the last part of this changes everything people thought they knew. So sit down because the part nobody is talking about, that's where this gets crazy. Let's set the scene for you because context here is everything. It is Thursday night in Los Angeles, California. The 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards is in full swing and the energy inside that venue is absolutely electric. We are talking about one of the biggest nights in music and this year it felt extra special for reasons we are about to get into. Now, here's what you need to understand before anything else. This was not just any ordinary awards show. This was a night that had 3 worlds colliding at the exact same time in the exact same building. World number 1, the music world, led by none other than Taylor Swift, who was already making history before the night even ended. World number 2, the sports world. Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs tight end and arguably the most famous athlete on the planet right now, was in the building supporting his future wife. And world number 3, and this is the one that caught everyone off guard, the Olympic world, because walking into that award show was 20-year-old United States figure skating sensation Alysa Liu, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. And she was not just there as a guest, she had a job to do. And what happened when all 3 of these worlds crashed into each other backstage is exactly why you clicked on this video. Stay with me. So, here is where things start to get really interesting. Alysa Liu walks out onto that iHeartRadio stage and the crowd immediately reacts because this is not just some celebrity cameo. This girl is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She is 20 years old and she is standing in front of one of the biggest audiences in the music industry with one very important job. She is there to present Taylor Swift with the Artist of the Year award. Now think about the pressure of that moment for a second. You are handing the biggest award of the night to arguably the biggest artist in the history of this award show. Every camera in that building is on you. Millions of people watching at home. And you have to stand up there and say something worthy of the moment. And what did Alysa Liu do? She absolutely crushed it. She stood at that microphone and called Taylor Swift. And I want you to really hear this. She called her the GOAT of music, the greatest of all time. No hesitation. No nervousness, just pure confidence from a 20-year-old Olympic champion who clearly knows how to perform under pressure. And then she handed Swift her 7th award of the evening. 7 awards in one night from the same show. But here is what I need you to pay attention to before we move on because this detail becomes incredibly important later in the video. Alysa Liu did not just show up to hand over a trophy. She had a personal connection to Taylor Swift that almost nobody in that audience knew about. And when she revealed it on stage, the whole dynamic of the night shifted completely. I will tell you exactly what that connection was in just a moment. But first, let us talk about who was watching all of this from the crowd. While Alysa Liu was up on that stage owning every single second, there was one person in that audience who was paying very close attention. Travis Kelce. Now, Kelce was there for one reason and one reason only, to support Taylor Swift, his future wife. The woman who was having arguably the greatest single night in iHeartRadio Awards history. He was there in his usual role, proud partner, supportive presence, the man standing next to the most celebrated artist on the planet. But something happened while he was sitting there watching Alysa Liu present that award. Something clicked because here is the thing about Travis Kelce that people sometimes forget. Yes, he is a football player. Yes, he is famous for being Taylor Swift's partner. But this is also a man who genuinely appreciates people who are great at what they do. A man who respects excellence. A man who knows what it looks like when someone rises to a moment. And watching a 20-year-old Olympic gold medalist stand on that stage with the confidence of someone 3 times her age. Handling the pressure like it was nothing. Travis Kelce took notice and he made a mental note because what happened next backstage is the moment that the cameras almost missed. The moment that is now being replayed and shared across every platform. The moment that honestly tells you everything you need to know about all 3 of these people. And we are getting to it right now. Before we get to the backstage moment, I promised you I would explain Alysa Liu's personal connection to Taylor Swift. And this part of the story genuinely gave me chills when I first heard it. So, here is the thing. Taylor Swift did not just show up to the iHeartRadio Awards as a musician this year. She had already been quietly working behind the scenes in the world of sports, specifically Team USA, specifically the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. Swift had lent her voice as a narrator for an official Team USA promotional video ahead of the Winter Games. A video designed to inspire. A video designed to fire up not just the athletes, but the entire country watching at home. And according to Alysa Liu herself, it worked. Standing on that stage at the iHeartRadio Awards, Liu credited Taylor Swift's narration as a source of inspiration for Team USA's gold medal performance in the figure skating team event at the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. Let that sink in for a second. A musician, a songwriter, someone who has never laced up a pair of figure skates in a competitive setting, helped inspire an Olympic gold medal performance. And the woman giving her that credit was standing on the iHeartRadio stage handing her the Artist of the Year award. This is why that moment on stage felt so different from a regular award presentation. There was real history between these two people. Real gratitude, real emotion. And Taylor Swift, who has received more awards than almost anyone alive, was visibly moved. But now, finally, let us get to the backstage moment. The one the cameras caught. The one Travis Kelce did not know would be recorded. Okay, this is the moment. This is why you are here. After the awards, after the speeches, after the lights dimmed and the show moved on, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift caught up with Alysa Liu backstage. And here is where it gets good. Because Travis Kelce, this 6 feet 5 inches and NFL superstar who has won Super Bowls and played in front of hundreds of thousands of screaming fans, looked at this 20-year-old figure skater and made sure she knew exactly how impressed he was. The cameras caught every single word. Kelce looked at Liu and said, and I am quoting him directly here, "You are so good at that. You crushed it." And then he added, "That was a mouthful. That is it. That is the moment. Now, before you say, wait, that is it, I need you to think about why this moment matters so much. Because on the surface, it sounds simple. Compliment, kind word backstage, nothing earth-shattering. But here is what makes it special. Travis Kelce did not have to say anything. He could have smiled, nodded, walked past. Nobody would have noticed. Nobody would have said a word. But he stopped. He made eye contact. He gave this young Olympic champion her flowers in a genuine, unrehearsed, completely authentic way. And Taylor Swift, she was right there backing him up, telling Liu she was amazing. Two of the most famous people on the planet, stopping everything to make a 20-year-old feel seen and appreciated. And Liu, who had just handled an Olympic gold medal, a stage full of cameras, and a live national audience without breaking a sweat, gracefully accepted every word and kept moving. That right there is 3 champions recognizing each other, and the cameras caught every single second of it. So, let us zoom out for a second and look at the full picture of what happened at the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Taylor Swift extended her own record as the winningest artist in the entire history of this awards show. 41 total awards, a number so far ahead of everyone else that it almost does not feel real. 7 awards in a single night. And she accepted every single one of them with the same grace and gratitude she has always shown. Travis Kelce was there every step of the way, not trying to steal the spotlight, not making it about himself, just being exactly what he has always been for her. A steady, supportive presence who genuinely celebrates her wins like they are his own. And Alysa Liu, a 20-year-old Olympic gold medalist who most casual music fans had probably never heard of before Thursday night, walked into that building, delivered one of the most memorable award presentations of the evening, credited Taylor Swift for inspiring an Olympic gold medal, and walked away having made an impression on literally everyone in that room. This was not just an awards show. This was a collision of 3 different worlds: music, sports, and the Olympics. And somehow it all came together in one of the most genuinely feel-good moments of the year. And the best part, the cameras caught everything. And that is the full story of what really happened backstage at the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards between Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and Alysa Liu. If you made it this far, thank you genuinely, because this is the kind of story that deserves more than just a headline and a 30-second down clip. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button right now. Takes literally 1 second and it helps more people find this video. And if you want to see more breakdowns like this, full stories, full context, nothing left out, make sure you are subscribed because we are just getting started. Drop a comment below. What was your favorite moment from the iHeartRadio Awards this year? I want to know. I will see you in the next.